Hey guys, welcome back to Red Devil TV. Man United beating Liverpool 2-1. Did not expect this result, and I gotta be honest. Let's not get too excited because look, at the end of the day, Liverpool ended up with 70% possession. They were still dominant in possession, but all I will say is when the team news came out, I wasn't too happy. I gotta be honest. I wasn't happy with the players he chose. I didn't want him to drop Martial or Ronaldo. I would have loved to have seen Martial on the wing and Ronaldo up top today. There were some opportunities there which, if it was Ronaldo, maybe it would have gone in. That shot from Elanga. But then again, it's not like we created all that many opportunities, okay? Today we done a lot of defensive work, and if Maguire was there would have been many times where one player probably would have been in. Martinez and Varane are both quick enough to recover, and look how many ground duels Martinez and Varane won today. The amount of times where a Liverpool attacking player would have possession of the ball and then one of them would press, the other one would stay back, and we would win that duel. But if it was Maguire, you wouldn't be able to do that. You both have to stay back and then you're inviting pressure, you're playing a deeper line. Today we still played a high line. But the difference was a lot of players in midfield were very active. Bruno was active, very good in the first half for me. Eriksen, McTominay, very active, a lot of interceptions, a lot of tackles. Every player was getting back and putting defensive work in. I was very impressed with the amount of interceptions and blocks he got in. Same with Malacia. I mean, the amount of defensive work I saw today was unbelievable. And look, the thing is today, we still played a high line. We were still very good in possession. We didn't play a deep line, and if we would have probably played some players like Maguire and Luke Shaw, who for me look, you couldn't play Maguire in this sort of game. We were playing a high line. He wouldn't have been quick enough to recover, not agile enough, and probably a few of those opportunities would have gone in for Liverpool. And God, I just didn't expect this result. Look, Sancho scored the first goal. I didn't think he was that active in the game. Again, Elanga was very good in the first half. I'm surprised he came off. He was pressing, and I understand why. You chose this team. Pace, press, and look, it was still a very hard-working midfield. You know, Eriksen's going to work hard in midfield. Same with Bruno and same with McTominay. I was so happy with the back line. I was very happy with the back line. And simply, he chose to take out Maguire because he's still choosing to play a high line. He still chose to stick with a high line. And he picks players who would be very active in the midfield. Look, I was surprised Fred didn't start. I thought we would see McFred and we would see Bruno. But look, again, the reason we were so good today is because we counter-attacked a lot of the time. Liverpool had a lot of possession. When they lost the ball, when we tackled, when we intercepted, we were very active off the ball. You know, we got in positions where we would counter-attack and Bruno would put a final ball into Rashford or Sancho and we would almost score. That's what happened with the Elanga chance that hit the post. I still think when we're playing a game against a Southampton, which we were on Saturday, or a Leicester, or a team where we expected to have more than 55-60% possession, I still think players like Bruno and Rashford will not be... I think we'll still struggle with those type of players. I think against Southampton, I would love to see Van der Beek in midfield, and it's not going to happen because what's it going to take for Bruno to... Look, Bruno played well today, so he probably won't be taken out. Even when he plays poor, he's not taken out. Against Southampton, I would love to see Van der Beek in midfield because we're going to have more possession of the ball. And I still think in possession... Look, Bruno can still put those killer passes in, he can. But he's a lot more impatient than we all realise, really. Like, I point it out all the time. But today, we were counter-attacking. He put in a lot of passes into the attacking players. And there was a few opportunities that we could have been 2-3-0 up. In possession, I just worry when we're playing more possession-based football that Rashford is not going to be, and Bruno are not going to be the guys to succeed in our team. Because even today, Rashford, there was many times where he was on the ball, he was trying to get past the player. And look, that's always going to be more effective when you're playing counter-attacking football. When you're in possession, you need to keep the ball, pass, 5-yard passes, 10-yard passes, keep it simple. And Van der Beek, Eriksen, and you could argue even someone like Fred are the players to do that. Now with Casemiro here, look, against Southampton, what I would want to see, I would love to see a midfield of Casemiro, Eriksen and Van der Beek. That would be a fantastic midfield because, look, you'd probably want to see Casemiro, Van der Beek in the midfield too, and you've got Eriksen in the number 10 role. That would be amazing for me. I would love to see that. Look, I saw everything today. I thought every player was really good. I didn't see a below average performance from anyone today. Our backline was fantastic. I mean, the amount of duels that Martinez won was incredible. And this is the thing, like I keep saying, if both of your centre backs are quick enough, if one of your centre backs is not quick enough, like Maguire, you can't be putting that type of press or pressure into the attacking players when you're trying to win those duels. Because if you're trying to win the ball and you've got a centre back there who's not quick enough, what's going to happen? You're going to get yourself in a tough position to try and defend, because look, your one centre back is already out of the game. And today Martinez was getting himself in a position where he would press the attacking player, he would win a duel, and even if he didn't win, Varane was still there. And there was actually a couple of times where Martinez didn't win it. There was a final pass into the attacking player, who might have been Salah or Luis Diaz, but Varane still managed to get there in time to intercept and pass it forward. So I was very happy with what I saw today. I was very, very happy, and it's going to be interesting to see against Southampton. Look, Ronaldo came on in the last 10 minutes. Obviously, look, it just makes sense. Look, you're not going to get as much press from Ronaldo. I still think in the last 10-15 minutes of the first half that we slowed down a little bit. We were inviting a bit more pressure. That could have been because, look, either Elanga came off because he's injured, or that's the only thing I can think about, because I thought he was one of our better players in the first half after the 20th minute. Thing is with Elanga, he's sort of like Rashford. He takes on a player, he loses it, then you lose possession straight away. Thing is with Elanga, he seems to be a bit less predictable than Rashford at the moment. I still think that Rashford at times is a bit too predictable in terms of where he goes when he's trying to dribble past the player. Elanga today is pressing. He clearly presses more than Rashford, but Rashford has got more of an end product than Elanga. Sancho was less of a featured player, but again, Sancho in possession is vital. He's vital in possession. He's one of our best players in possession of the ball, and he's tidy. His passing is fantastic. Every player was great today. Every player was great. And look, we had 30% possession, which is not much at all, but we still managed to win 2-1. So that shows we were clinical. We were very good when we did have the ball. And this is the thing. If you're playing a team, look, if you would have played McFred and Bruno today, and you would have played Maguire and Luke Shaw, or Wan-Bissaka at right back instead of Dalot, we would have lost this game because we wouldn't have been as tidy in possession. Yes, we would still have had the engine of McTominay and Fred, but that's still not good enough. Look at last season. We played a high line with Ollie. Ollie played a high line against Liverpool, and we got battered through the midfield. Because, look, at the end of the day, McFred are not good enough in midfield. They're not good enough as a pair. Today, we won a lot of interceptions, a lot of tackles, a lot of duels, a lot of aerial duels today. We won Varane and McTominay winning headers from corners. And that's it. So, guys, let me know what you thought of the game. I'm excited for the Southampton game. 3 points, finally. Beating Liverpool, get battered by Brentford and Brighton. But we beat Liverpool, guys. Let me know what you think. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.